Heading into the final lap of the race, I was running in P13, looking at a possible P11. After being wiped out on lap 3, I had to do my best to recover through the field, taking on car after car. However, being the third car in a 3-car train would prove difficult to move anywhere. I knew I had to take a risk if I wanted a good chance of taking both of them. So I pounced into turn 1, sending it with aggression, getting past Ian and having a clear run at the Ferrari F4 car in front of me.
Oh, that was important. That was very important.
Now that I'm the second car in the train, the tow is likely to have a bigger effect, and now I can go in the offensive. I fake to the inside, and Anna takes the bait. But up ahead, chaos ensues, gaining me position after position.
10. Who would have thought? This could be P9.
With the prospect of actually gaining iRacing, I went for one more attack on the Ferrari car. Somehow managed to get to the inside, and once I'd done that, it was a foregone conclusion. There may have been a slight scare on the main straight, but that did not stop me from claiming P8.
Oh, okie dokie.
Great job, you did really well.
Yeah, mate. P8 in the end. You know what? That is actually something to smile about.
We head into race 2 in the same car on the same track, and this time, after a bit of practice, I now know the limits of the car. On my quali run, by this point, I was 8 tenths up on the Delta, and now I just needed to get through the final sector to secure a place high up on the grid. But I ended up getting a 1x by the smallest margin.
Oh, so we've ended up 15th. Oh man, that is rough. So, whatever happens here, well, we'll find out. I don't even want to say anything anymore.
Missing out on a top 10 quali position for a tiny error was always painful, but we had to look forward in the race. Being further down on the grid meant we could approach the race start with more caution.
Here we go.
And after a 2-minute wait, we are underway.
Car on your left. Car on... We're cutting the course. Keep to the right. Our stop's on the right.
After surviving half of lap 1, it's time to overtake anyone who is struggling to keep composure. First up, the Alpine of Teo. We go down the inside and get the move done, but...
Clear on the left.
Whoa, big incident behind. Fucking hell.
This proved to be a reminder that lap 1 can be very dangerous, and so can every other lap. I'm going to have to keep it clean if I want to try and recover through the midfield. Up at the front, the man running in P2 was taken out by the biggest amount of netcode I've ever
Go
seen.
left.
Wow, P2. I don't know what they're doing at the front. They don't want to win today.
We gained another free place, but we're still going to have to keep our eyes open because incidents can happen anywhere, especially at Road America.
Qualifying has really allowed me to come back in now.
It was also at this stage where I realised I did have a lot more pace to offer than the guys in front of me, and if I wanted to do anything, I'd have to try and get a move on now.
Stay on the left.
So at turn 1, I go to the outside, forcing my rival defensive, and then cut in to the inside line, which would make the move at turn 2 a piece of cake.
Into the top 10. Just need to keep it clean. It's going to be very difficult with how aggressive F4 people can be.
10 minutes.
After the collision in the previous corner, I felt I could try and take advantage and nab another place. However, I misjudged my braking point, and had I not corrected the car, I would have been sent into a spin.
that. Oh my
Still
god.
there.
Now losing those places was obviously frustrating, however I knew that in a matter of time I would gain them back, especially with the pace I'd shown, so I go to a move on the inside line at the long right-hander, a move that would annoy me if somebody had done that to me.
P2's had an issue. It's got damage, clearly.
Car on your left. Clear on.
I continued getting to work on these midfield runners, trying to make up the lost time.
Still there. Clear.
I got the move done at turn 1, however my turn 2 proved to be absolutely shocking as I went off into the grass, meaning I'd have to defend my position, but by covering the inside, I made sure that I got ahead of the apex first to defend the position.
How long left? 5 minutes! We really need 20-minute
5 minutes
back.
to go.
We really need them back.
There's an incident ahead.
Oh my God.
Slow car ahead. Go right.
After realising how little time I had left, it was time to turn up the wick. Alessandro, who was formerly running second earlier on in the race, had no chance to defend without the tow from the car ahead, so down the inside at turn 1, and that was enough to get up into P5.
Okay, he's sticking back.
However, Alessandro had plenty of pace to offer, and I had to keep my composure with the car right on my gearbox.
We're not gonna fight him. We'll let him through. I think we know the
White
game plan.
flag.
Wait, it's the
Safe
final lap.
move.
Well, fuck that.
The end of the race came as a surprise, and now I knew that I needed to somehow defend my position without a tow. However, thankfully, a lapped car in front of me who was leading the race on lap 2 has given me a tow on the back straight. This kind of luck never usually happens, but that definitely was enough for me to defend my P5.
Wow. He's really going for it.
However, Alessandro had the advantage. With all the long straights at Road America, he could easily go for a move. Heading into the final few corners, I knew I just had to keep defending the inside line, but Alessandro was never going to give it up. He held it round the outside at the right-hander, meaning he'd have the inside at the left-hand kink. At this stage, I knew I was going to have to try and attempt a late-braking move to secure the P5 on the main straight. I learned from my mistake from earlier and braked at the correct moment to stay ahead, but now I was going to be completely vulnerable on the main straight.
I've done all I can here.
Practically powerless, I just stomp on the throttle and I'm praying that I'll somehow manage to finish ahead at the finish line.
Keep to the right. You're on the right. 3 wide.
Oh, I think he got me.
I managed to stay ahead by 0.003 of a second.
All right.
Oh
there's
my
checkered
god, we're
flag.
5th. Whew. Oh my
Great job. Did really
Jesus.
well.
Wow, what a fight. Good stuff. I wasn't even looking, I very nearly smashed into the back of a stationary car. Alright, that's P5. So, from 15th to 5th, we will be there. Racepacevunga strikes again.
What it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, 'cause we're golden.